We are an investment bank and also a management consulting firm. We also have business brokering capabilities. We focus primarily on mergers and acquisitions, both sell side and buy side, but we also do a few capital raises here and there. When we focus on working with companies, we focus on technology and innovation primarily, and then also within professional services as well. Just, my background a little bit. I started my career with Accenture, went to work for Countrywide Financial for a little while, ended up experiencing my first M&A transaction when we got bought out by Bank of America. Went to work for Bank of America for a few years with transactions. Went to go then work for Deloitte Consulting, and then went to go work for Grant Thornton before starting this about 7.5 years ago. So that's pretty much a little bit of our background.
As you do M&A, what are some of the M&A trends that you see today?
Oh, geez. Everybody's waiting for the economy to really stabilize a little bit. So I can tell you right now that year over year, when you look at January 2025 over January 2024, it actually decreased 30% in terms of the number of deals that were done from an M&A perspective. However, the market is poised for great transactions. You have 60% of the businesses, 60% of the small businesses actually, that are owned by baby boomers. So it's primed for retirement. You also have a lot of dry powder out there, and companies that are being held within private equity holdings for the longest time period ever, 8.5 years. But I don't know if we'll see any really growth until probably Q3. But I do think that Q1 and Q2 are, right now we're waiting for the economy to stabilize a little bit. And if you look around too, we have about 5 different strikes that are planned for the next month, right? You have Target, you have Nestle, you have Walmart. There are quite a few. And then there's consumer days where people are just thinking about not spending at all. So there's boycotts completely for a couple of those days out there too. So, there's going to be a little bit of a rocky road for consumer goods, especially when we think about tariffs as well.
When you think of family offices, do you look at it from a deal source standpoint where a lot of some families may have created great businesses that there may be a succession issue, or maybe they just want some liquidity? Or do you also look at it from a buyer standpoint that you have deals to show them?
Oh, I love it from both standpoints, actually. We just did a large transaction. It was a 9-figure transaction with a family company. It was first started by a grandfather. It went down to the second and third generation. The second generation, they were ready to retire. The third generation said, you know what, I still have more, gas in the tank. I want to keep it going. And they couldn't agree on whether or not they wanted to sell. We helped them work through the idea of selling, and then eventually we were able to have a really good transaction. And by the way, this all happened in a 6-month period.
Wow, that's fast. That's great.
Yeah.
If you are a founder, raising capital, developing real estate, or you're an investor, would love for you to get involved in the Family Office Club. I've run this community for 18 years now. We've hosted 300 live events. We have 17 million social media group members and followers. We have the #1 YouTube channel on family offices. We have the #1 most popular podcast on family offices. You can learn more about us and our membership options at familyoffices.com. We have 30 in-person events planned in 2026 and another dozen events this year. Please go to familyoffices.com to learn more.